Oh my Mick goodness, what is up, suckers? I just recorded a neat little thing that'll end up in a Moto Monday one day, but not today. Today, you get to see, well, a few things. One is me squidding. If you look down, you'll see my kneecaps. Well, at least I have kneecaps right now, I won't later. You may also notice that I'm talking at a normal volume, and aside from wind noise, you seem to be able to hear me just fine. What's going on? Well, it's because I got my new motorcycle. Mother of God, is it neat. I'm not good enough to do like a swoosh. A swoosh. I wanted to mess around this parking lot, and I wanted to show you the bike while the sun is like in the perfect position. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'm not doing like a kind of reveal video showing the bike. I'm just going to show you the bike right here. So, I basically just finished it literally like 2 hours ago. It's missing literally one thing, which is a USB cigarette lighter plug in there and a cable that connects these two, but that's it. Not a big deal. Actually, like this you can look at. Okay. Well, this is my new bike. It is a 2020 0FX, and what that means is it's an electric supermoto. So this bike has some things that none of my bikes have. Obviously, it's electric, and I think some people can be like, oh no, he's gone electric. I haven't gone electric. All my vehicles are gas except for this one. It's special. And it's also supermoto. I've tested these before, so I'm fairly familiar with it, and I know exactly why I want it. And okay, I did ride it last night. Last night was 4th of July, and it was awesome. I strapped fireworks to the back and shot those off and put that on Instagram because it was really cute. Aside from riding it from the dealership to my home, and I guess that test drive I did, which doesn't really count, this is my first time riding it. I'm riding it from here to my buddy's house, and I'm squidding because actually I don't know why I'm squidding, but I really want to. Technically, I don't have to. I'm not. This is not a good defense. Technically, I don't have to wear a helmet. That's legal, but I would never go out of my neighborhood without a helmet. I got a helmet and gloves. Oh, and by the way, this is one of my Ruroc Atlas 2.0 helmets. This is my carbon fiber one. This is set up to be like my lightest helmet, so all it has on it is a camera. There's no battery pack, and there's no fancy stuff, so it's really light and really easy and pretty fun. And I got my tiny gloves. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I did to the bike while I'm here. So, oh my gosh, that's pretty. Oh, I gotta get a picture for Instagram really soon. I'll do it when I'm done talking. So it was tan. Had all the parts taken off and painted black. I wanted to replace all of these stupid bulbs with like LED ones, but Zero said if you do that, he'll either mess it up and or void your warranty. So I was like, fine. And it's ironic that they're a high-tech electric bike company and they can't afford electric lights, whatever. Anyway, so had it painted black, removed some stickers, whatever. That's all I did. I put on these black spokes. Many of these parts used to be silver. These, all the fairings. I also had handguards added on. Stuck this camera mount in there. Stuck the phone mount, spam card holder. This is a dumb little thing that I'm really happy about. I wrapped this net around the back seat so I can store crap there if I want to. And this was useful last night. Bungees. And I used that to like stick like a big firework tube on the back. But if I wanted to like strap stuff down, I could. How about some actual specs? I was surprised at how fast this thing goes. It goes 90 miles an hour. Not downhill, like just flat. I was really surprised. So it's fast enough. Super torquey, not like I do wheelies, but my brother rode it last night for fireworks, and he had his wife on the back, and he did a wheelie with her on the back. So I mean, it's torquey enough. What else? I don't know how long the battery lasts. It says 60 miles. That sounds about right, and it's not a long range. It sounds right because it was putting out a lot of power. I'm losing the sun. I need to get a picture. It's losing a lot of power. You can, of course, change the modes like the Eco Sport. I'm on custom. It's maxed out. So it's fast. It doesn't last long. The cons are it doesn't last long, and it takes a long time to charge. But it's pretty cool rolling your bike into your home, and it works like an iPhone because you can connect it to your phone, you plug it in, charge it, and get the stats on your bike and set it up. So, okay. I'm losing the sun. I'm going to take a picture really quick. I'll be back in a minute. Got it. Literally just in time. I was about to lose the sun. Okay, so I'm going to cruise to my friend's house. This will be a weird video because You're going to hear wind, but no engine noise. So, why did I get this bike? Well, if you're not caught up on my videos about me talking about it and stuff, what appealed to me the most, well, it's a kid doing burnout in his Prius, which is really ironic, isn't it? Because I basically have a Prius bike, and I could do that too. Here, I'll show you. Check this out. Hope I don't start a fire, and I'm actually serious when I say that. Check this out. Nope. Okay, I feel like a dick now. I just carved a big hole in their yard. Well, this thing does burnouts. You get in a puddle of water or wet grass, you can just do a burnout. But anyways, what's really cool about it and what appeals to me is that you could just cut across. Like, they didn't even see me until I got in his line of sight. You could hoon around like a supermoto like this wherever you want. That's a pretty big curve, but I can make it. Ugh. And no one will hear you. You can just be like, I want to go play on the grass. No one's going to hear you. Oh, smoke. That's what's fun about it. And not like I've used it much, but it's going to be really fun in my neighborhood. Okay, ready for this? There's nobody out here. It's just, I'm squidded too much. I need to calm down. But it's super quiet. Now, without talking, I'm going to go as fast as I can. You ready? Too bad. Here we go. We're 90 miles an hour. It just hit 90. So I'm maxed out. That was me full throttling it from the beginning. So, I mean, it's not like gonna launch like the Super Duke, but for what it is, I think this bike is freaking great. Aside from, let me talk about some cons. Here's the biggest con. Right there. Seeing that car come up, I had a little panic attack. And I've talked about this before when I was talking about this bike. The fact is, it's quiet, which is a pro, but it's also a con. If I'm out in the street like this, if I'm on the highway and I'm alongside a car, they cannot hear me. Other motorists aren't going to know I'm on the street. And I'm a tiny little bike. I'm also squidding. I'm waiting for my kneecaps to get ripped off. Yeah, this will save my kneecaps. Yeah, I'm smart. No one's going to hear me, which is especially super scary and dangerous. But I'm not planning to do long rides with it. That's not what this bike is made for. It's made for commuting and going around town. But what appeals to me is the whole, like, if I wanted to go play in the dirt right now, it's somebody else's yard, I wouldn't. But I could. They wouldn't even know I'm there, which is just a fun thing. What's the other thing I want to talk about? So cons. I already mentioned that this bike, let's see, almost down to 90%. It'll make the trip to my friend's house and back, but it's not gonna have a lot of mileage. The other con is I think it's overpriced, honestly. For what it is, it's a good machine, but the machine costs too much. You can get a gas bike that does what this thing does for like half the price. So this isn't necessarily a feasible choice. You gotta be an idiot like me who's a snob and wants to spend the money to get something special. And I do want this. I wanted it for a while, and I finally have it. I've been waiting on this bike for 6 weeks. I bought it 6 weeks ago, but it's been being customized, like painted and stuff, and that add a lot of time. I don't know if you are familiar with my review, but it handles surprisingly well because it's a supermoto and everything. It's tall, so it's like really comfortable for me. Just putting my legs down to show you that, to show you them. Just my short skirts just went up like they went like skirts, and that's embarrassing. Anyway, it's very fun, but I don't know when I'm going to use it except for literally just around town. I don't want to go on the highway with this thing. I mean, it could take it, but like I'd want to be geared up completely, and even then I'd be scared, like, what if the car just decides to turn over? Because all I have is this. That's it. That's just too small of a horn. I wanted to put a big horn on there, but again, it'd be a change to something electrical, and Zero says I'd void their warranty, so stupid. And not that horn would help me very much. I mean, you'd be better off using your engine, but of course this bike has no engine, so anyway, that's how quiet it is. If you ride an electric motorcycle for the first time, it's quite an interesting experience. The first thing you'll notice is no clutch, no freaking shifter down here, and I still do it sometimes. I just flip up, but there's nothing there. So you can ride with one hand and that's it. No cruise control, not that I need cruise control. It's a fun little bike for sure, but I would never have this as my main bike. This is like an extra bike, a supplemental one. So it's gonna go to my collection. Speaking of collection, man, I'm still talking. I mentioned last week, but it's official now. My 2019 Super Adventure S is for sale. It's got 4,000 miles on it. It's fully customized. It's broken in, and yeah, it's on my Instagram if you want to look at it. And then it's also at Leco Cycles in Olathe, Kansas, which is where I got this bike actually. Not that I'm being sponsored or anything, I'm not, but they're letting me keep it on their floor, so I do want to thank them for that. If you want to see it in person, if you want to look at it by chance, you go to Leco and see it there. I do feel a little guilty for squidding. I just want to acknowledge that, but I guess not guilty enough. So let me talk about squidding really quick. Obviously then, based on my actions, my philosophy isn't, you have to wear full gear all the time. You really should, and I do, with the exception of today, I guess. I'm certainly not going to make a habit of this, so I don't know what my excuse is. But as far as my philosophy, I would never go out without a helmet. Never go without a helmet. Gloves, they're like no trouble. So helmet and gloves, those are the things you need. I will lose all my skin, and I will be miserable as hell if I go in a crash, and it's probably not worth the risk. But I feel like having fun and taking a tiny gamble today. I was about to shift down, but there's nothing there. It's a risk I'm taking. Again, I'm just like basically excusing my behavior. I would encourage you not to take risks. Well, I take it back. Take risks. What's the point of living without taking risks? But don't, what's the word? Become a gambler. There's a reason it's a bad thing, because, oh my gosh, I thought the cop was going to get me. Like, what for? I didn't do anything. Oh, this road's unfinished, so normally I'd be like, oh no, but now I'm like, whatever. Ain't no thing. Yeah. Don't become a gambler, please. This is the one time since, how long I've been riding? 9 years. I think that's a fair time to gamble. It's not like I'm doing this every day. See, again, I'm excusing my behavior. I'm not going to say it's okay to do it, and technically it is okay. Whatever. I'm at odds with myself. Hopefully I rambled enough to explain away my squidding. The end. This thing just makes you want to, like, skid, stop, and drive like a freaking hooligan because it's a supermoto, but it's electric. That's why it's so fun. I feel like a hoonigan, but I feel like I get a pass. I feel like I'm allowed for some reason if I want to just go right up on the sidewalk. I feel like it's electric. I mean, technically it's a motorized vehicle, technically, so I guess technically it would be legal to drive on the sidewalk, but I feel like because it's electric, I have a pass. I don't know if that's the truth, but it gives me all this courage. Look at that, I got away for driving a little two-wheeled moped. See, I'm still a man. I want to do a burnout right now. This bike gives me all kinds of... This bike makes me happy. I've only had it for, well, last night for 4th of July, which was like an amazing night, by the way, but this bike makes me happy, darn it. I've been out for very long, but I've been having a great freaking night. I talked about cons. If you're unfamiliar with electric bikes and stuff, let me tell you about some pros, aside from the ones I've told you already. Economy. This bike costs virtually nothing. I don't say virtually nothing. Maybe I should. Next to nothing. I like that number better. This bike costs next to nothing to own once you've bought it. I mean, electricity is a fraction of the price of gas, and then maintenance is, again, a fraction. You have very few moving parts. You have the wheels, and I guess what would you have? The tires and brakes. Those are the only things you'd have to maintain, but no engine service. So that's a cool thing. You kind of have peace of mind. I was just thinking it'd be amazing if there's a bike that, how do I put this? You could flip a switch and it'd go into this perfectly quiet mode, but then you could turn it on, and then you could use whichever mode you want. But like most things with economy, there is nothing that does both things. You gotta choose between one and the other. If I had to choose between one and the other, thankfully I don't have two different bikes. If I had to choose between one and the other, I get to go first. No, if I had to choose between one and the other, obviously the gas bikes that's my heart, but this is a really cool other bike to have. I said that already, but that's what I'm thinking about. Alright, actually I'm going to end the video right now because my cheeks itch really bad. Oh man, check this out. Oh, there's a Jeep watching. Watch. He's not. He's the... Oh, look at that, look at that. Look at that. Broke the law. This bike makes you want to just drive super crazy. Alright, well, I'm going to go now, but thanks for watching. If you like my new little cute bike, I don't know how often I'm going to use it in videos, but it's kind of for me. That's all. I'll see you suckers later. Bye.